Next up, we have Rafael dos Anjos versus Renato Moicano. Dos Anjos coming in as a negative 165 favorite. Moicano coming in as a plus 140 underdog. Moicano is a late replacement for the previous opponent who had to pull out. Fern, how'd you break down this fight?
Dos Anjos is somebody who everyone should be familiar with. He's fought, Diaz, I believe, has fought Covington, has fought all these fighters. He's got a ton of experience. He used to be at a lower weight class, and now I feel like, he's not cutting, not draining himself. But now he's dealing with fighters who are cutting and draining themselves, and with his opponent this fight, it's going to be like kind of a shorter, stockier fighter against a taller, lankier fighter. Not by much, but enough that I think it's going to play a big factor. Dos Anjos, he leads with his left hand high and his right hand's feeling out. He's one of those that like almost grabs, like you think they're going to grab the other person's hand or, maybe end up causing the other guy to run into a finger poke or an eye poke. He just, protects with one hand, and with the other hand, like, it's just like kind of, I guess, like parrying or ready to, and then throwing his strikes behind it. When he takes people down, he does a good job of, as they do the butt scoot, pulling their hips out, making sure that, they're not able to posture up and, try to stand up or go against the cage. He utilizes the shoulder roll really well. With him having his hand out there pawing, he's able to just deflect and just, he's in that stance basically ready as they throw, just shoulder up, turn, shoulder up, lean away. And in the pocket, he just stands there and he trades. He's going to be a fighter that is going to go out swinging. And it's going to be exciting to watch this. He kicks and pressures them against the fence. With his opponent, it's going to be interesting because he's a strong puncher as well. He does his left hand pawing, though. So you're going to have a right-handed fighter pawing with a left-hand fighter. And it's always interesting to watch people from different stances interact and engage, and so we'll see who's able to kind of assert the control there and the hand control, especially on the stand-up. I think ground-wise they're both pretty close to each other. Moicano does high defense and hand grabs. He actually does grab the hands and try to grab and step in, elbow grab, step in, shoot. In defense wise, he in half guard, he does a great job. Like I've only seen like a lot of American wrestlers do this, is just able to just kind of put their whole chest down and their feet up, kind of like plank position, but just solid on their chest, pin their opponent, keep their movement minimum, and then able to scramble. Like as their opponent turns or anything, he's just spinning on top of them. It's kind of weird. Just, he like spins around them, like helicopter style, just like one side, oh no, other side, like trip, takedown. And I'm hoping for a very exciting fight that ends standing up. This is a fight I don't want to see go to the ground. Both of the guys have great ground game, no disrespect to it, but I want to see them go toe to toe. And because I'm interested in that hand game that both of them are going to be playing. And yeah, this is going to be a good one. It's going to be, I hope, fight of the night. This is my pick for fight of the night. If there's a pick for a fight of the night, I think it's going to be this one. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Well, yeah, I love watching Dos Anjos fight. He's a veteran, well-rounded. He's got great stand-up, great striking, great wrestling, great grappling. And great conditioning, and this is also going to be at catch weight, mind you, so he's not going to be probably as depleted as he otherwise would be. So calling this for a fight of the night, I think, makes sense, given that they're both not going to have to cut that last 5 pounds. And those last few pounds are always the hardest to cut, and what depletes you the most. So I think it's going to play a factor as far as conditioning, that they're both going to be able to push a faster pace than they otherwise normally would. And yeah, I'm not really sure who has the advantage in the stand-up. I mean, if you look at the stats, you'd think maybe Moicano, but it really matters what is the competition that you're going against to rack up those stats. And that's where I feel like Dos Anjos has the experience, against the top guys in the division. So I'm leaning towards Dos Anjos. I think probably the odds are right. I think him being the veteran, having the experience, he doesn't seem like a guy whose career is over. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to get a title shot again, but he definitely has not, just fallen off a cliff and faded out of existence. He, as we talked about in past weeks, there are guys these days like Arlovsky who, you could have said he was done a decade ago and he's still like winning fights. So it's hard to say.
Easily a decade ago.
Yeah, so Dos Anjos, he's not gone off a steep cliff where you think to yourself, okay, this guy just needs to retire. I really want to see what has he got left in him. What can he still grow? Can he still, evolve with the sport and, come up with different style fighting now than he had, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. So, yeah, I'm looking for the fight. I think Dos Anjos is going to win this, and, yeah, I think it's going to be decided in the stand-up.
Yeah, you bring up another good point with the short notice fight. I honestly wish there were more fights like this where they don't have much time to prepare for each other and make it realistic. Like, you're not going to, in a real-life scenario, you're not going to be like, I know that guy's ins and outs, his strengths and weaknesses. This is going to be a straight-up, maybe they've had a week to study. Maybe they're just going to go out there and just be like, I got to win. This is just going to be just, to me, like street level fight. Like you got minutes to figure this guy out. And if not, you'll figure him out or try to, in the fight. So that should be an idea. Like just round robin something, just like throw a dart at a board. Like you're fighting that guy tonight. Do it, please, somebody.
Well, I mean, that's how it used to be in the old days in the UFC. It was tournament style. So, you might know who you're going to go against in the first bracket, but you've got 2 more fights after that, so you don't necessarily know who to train for. And, yeah, that's where I think also the experience is going to play a factor, where Moicano or neither one of them are going to have time to really train for some, specific scenarios to their opponent. It's just who's racked up, a lot of fight experience and is just well-rounded and can just go out there and face anyone of any style. So I think that's going to favor Dos Anjos. So
yeah, for sure. And the week of you trying to learn their habits and their weaknesses and strengths, it being fight week when they have media obligations, they have all these things, acclimating to the area because a lot of them don't live in the area. They fly in for the week. There's a lot more. It's just I'm excited about this one because, like I said, it's just gonna be like just show up and fight. Let's see who the better man is.